Question 1. What year did the Romans first invade Britain? A. 43 AD, B. 55 BC, C. 106 AD, D. 122 AD. Answer: B. 55 BC. The Romans first invaded Britain in 55 BC under the leadership of Julius Caesar. Question 2. Who was the English monarch during the Spanish Armada attack? A. Queen Elizabeth I, B. King James I, C. Queen Victoria, D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth the once was the monarch during the Spanish Armada attack in 1588. Question 3. Name the battle in 1314 where the Scots defeated the English. A. Battle of Stirling Bridge, B. Battle of Bannockburn, C. Battle of Falkirk, D. Battle of Culloden. Answer: B. Battle of Bannockburn. The Scots, led by Robert the Bruce, defeated the English at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Question 4. Which treaty in 1707 resulted in the formation of Great Britain? A. The Treaty of Union, B. The Treaty of Utrecht, C. The Treaty of Paris, D. The Treaty of Versailles. Answer: A. The Treaty of Union. The Treaty of Union in 1707 resulted in the formation of Great Britain, uniting the kingdoms of Scotland and England. Question 5. What was the main industry in Wales during the 19th century? A. Shipbuilding, B. Wool production, C. Coal mining, D. Steel manufacturing. Answer: C. Coal mining. The main industry in Wales during the 19th century was coal mining, which played a critical role in the Industrial Revolution. Question 6. Which British scientist is credited with the discovery of penicillin? A. Isaac Newton, B. Alexander Fleming, C. Charles Darwin, D. Michael Faraday. Answer: B. Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming is credited with the discovery of penicillin in 1928. Question 7. What was the purpose of the Magna Carta signed in 1215? A. To declare independence from France, B. To establish parliamentary democracy, C. To limit the powers of the king, D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer: C. To limit the powers of the king. The Magna Carta was signed in 1215 to limit the powers of the king and lay the foundation for future legal principles. Question 8. In which year did the women's suffrage movement achieve its goal of women's right to vote? A. 1918, B. 1928, C. 1945, D. 1965. Answer B. 1928. The women's suffrage movement in the UK achieved its goal of equal voting rights for women in 1928. Question 9. Who was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War? A. Winston Churchill. B. Neville Chamberlain. C. Clement Attlee. D. Margaret Thatcher. Answer B. Neville Chamberlain. Neville Chamberlain was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War I, 1939. Question 10. Which king signed the Bill of Rights in 1689? A. King Charles II. B. King James II. C. King William III. D. King George I. Answer C. King William III. King William III signed the Bill of Rights in 1689, which established certain rights for Parliament and the English people. Question 11. Name the ship that carried the Pilgrim Fathers to America. A. The Mayflower. B. The Victory. C. The Endeavour. D. The Beagle. Answer A. The Mayflower. The ship that carried the Pilgrim Fathers to America in 1620 was the Mayflower. Question 12. What is the significance of the Battle of Britain in 1940? A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. B. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. C. It was a naval battle that secured British trade routes. D. It led to the independence of many British colonies. Answer A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was significant as it marked the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces and was crucial in preventing a German invasion. Question 13. Which document began the process of establishing parliamentary democracy in England? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Petition of Right. D. The Habeas Corpus Act. Answer B. The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights, signed in 1689, began the process of establishing parliamentary democracy in England by limiting the powers of the monarchy and enhancing the role of Parliament. Question 14. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? A. Theresa May. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Elizabeth I. D. Mary Queen of Scots. Answer B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the UK, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 15. When did the Great Fire of London occur? A. 1566. B. 1666. C. 1766. D. 1866. Answer B. 1666. The Great Fire of London occurred in 1666, devastating much of the medieval city. Question 16. Who was the reigning monarch during the Victorian era? A. Queen Victoria. B. Queen Elizabeth II. C. King George III. D. King Edward VII. Answer A. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the reigning monarch during the Victorian era, from 1837 to 1901. Question 17. What are the four patron saints of the UK, and whom do they represent? A. George, David, Patrick, Andrew, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. B. John, Paul, George, Ringo, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. C. Victoria, Elizabeth, Mary, Anne, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. D. Arthur, Mervyn, Lancelot, Gawain, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. Answer A. George, David, Patrick, Andrew, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. The four patron saints of the UK are St. George for England, St. David for Wales, St. Patrick for Ireland, and St. Andrew for Scotland. Question 18. Name the war that began with the invasion of Poland in 1939. A. World War I. B. World War II. C. The Korean War. D. The Vietnam War. Answer B. World War II. World War II began with the invasion of Poland in 1939. Question 19. Which British author wrote Oliver Twist? A. Jane Austen. B. Charles Dickens. C. J.K. Rowling. D. William Shakespeare. Answer B. Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is the author of Oliver Twist, first published in serial form from 1837 to 1839. Question 20. When were the Commonwealth Games first held and where? A. 1930, Hamilton, Canada. B. 1954, London, United Kingdom. C. 1978, Edinburgh, Scotland. D. 1966, Kingston, Jamaica. Answer A. 1930, Hamilton, Canada. The first Commonwealth Games were held in 1930 in Hamilton, Canada. Question 21. Who is known as the father of the British Navy? A. Sir Francis Drake. B. Sir Walter Raleigh. C. Henry VIII. D. Admiral Nelson. Answer C. Henry VIII. Henry VIII is known as the father of the British Navy due to his efforts in establishing a formally organised navy. Question 22. In what year did the UK join the European Economic Community? A. 1957. B. 1963. C. 1973. D. 1981. Answer C. 1973. The UK joined the European Economic Community in 1973. Question 23. Name the English scientist who formulated the laws of motion. A. Charles Darwin. B. Isaac Newton. C. Michael Faraday. D. Stephen Hawking. Answer B. Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton formulated the laws of motion, which are fundamental to the study of physics. Question 24. What is the longest reigning dynasty in British history? A. The Tudor dynasty. B. The Stuart dynasty. C. The Windsor dynasty. D. The Plantagenet dynasty. Answer C. The Windsor dynasty. The Windsor dynasty, renamed from the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha during World War I, is the longest reigning dynasty in British history. Question 25. When did the Battle of Hastings take place? A. 954. B. 1066. C. 1215. D. 1415. Answer B. 1066. The Battle of Hastings occurred in 1066, marking the Norman conquest of England. Question 26. Who discovered the circulation of blood? A. William Harvey. B. Edward Jenner. C. Alexander Fleming. D. Joseph Lister. Answer A. William Harvey. William Harvey is credited with discovering the circulation of blood in the 17th century. Question 27. What significant impact did the Norman conquest of 1066 have on the English language? A. It made French the official language of England. B. It eliminated Nordic influences. C. It introduced a wealth of Norman French vocabulary. D. It standardized spelling and grammar for the first time. Answer C. It introduced a wealth of Norman French vocabulary. The Norman conquest significantly impacted the English language by introducing Norman French vocabulary, which profoundly influenced English development. Question 28. Who was the ruler during the English Renaissance? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King Henry VIII. C. Queen Victoria. D. King James I. Answer A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I was the ruler during the English Renaissance, a period of flourishing arts and culture. Question 29. How did the Magna Carta influence the development of the British legal system? A. It introduced the concept of jury trials. B. It established the idea that everyone, including the king, is subject to the law. C. It separated church and state laws. D. It created the position of Prime Minister. Answer B. It established the idea that everyone, including the king, is subject to the law. The Magna Carta greatly influenced the development of the British legal system by establishing the principle that nobody is above the law. Question 30. Which treaty recognized the independence of the United States? A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of Ghent. D. The Treaty of London. Answer: A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 recognized the independence of the United States, formally ending the American Revolutionary War. Question 31. Name the British composer famous for his Enigma variations. A. Edward Elgar. B. Benjamin Britten. C. Ralph Vaughan Williams. D. Gustav Holst. Answer: A. Edward Elgar. Edward Elgar is the British composer famous for his Enigma variations, one of his most well-known works. Question 32. What was the main cause of the English Civil War in the 17th century? A. Religious differences. B. A dispute over the monarchy's power. C. Economic instability. D. Foreign invasion. Answer: B. A dispute over the monarchy's power. The main cause of the English Civil War was a dispute over how much power the monarchy should have, leading to conflict between Charles I and Parliament. Question 33. Who led the Reformation of the Church of England? A. Thomas Cromwell. B. Henry VIII. C. Elizabeth I. D. Mary I. Answer: B. Henry VIII. Henry VIII led the Reformation of the Church of England, breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 34. What year marked the end of British rule in India? A. 1947. B. 1952. C. 1965. D. 1971. Answer: A. 1947. British rule in India ended in 1947 when India gained independence. Question 35. Who was the first Briton in space? A. Tim Peake. B. Helen Sharman. C. Chris Hadfield. D. Michael Foale. Answer: B. Helen Sharman. Helen Sharman was the first Briton in space, travelling to the Mir space station in 1991. Question 36. Describe the main objective of the Chartist movement. A. To gain voting rights for all men. B. To abolish the monarchy. C. To reform labour laws. D. To establish free public education. Answer: A. To gain voting rights for all men. The main objective of the Chartist movement was to gain voting rights for all men, part of a broader push for democratic reforms. Question 37. When was the National Health Service, NHS, established? A. 1948. B. 1952. C. 1960. D. 1973. Answer A. 1948. The National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948 to provide healthcare services funded by taxation. Question 38. What is the significance of the Stone of Scone in British history? A. It was used in the coronation of Scottish rulers. B. It was a symbolic gift from France to England. C. It represents the unification of the United Kingdom. D. It marks the site of the first Parliament. Answer A. It was used in the coronation of Scottish rulers. The Stone of Scone, also known as the Stone of Destiny, has been used in the coronation of Scottish rulers and is a symbol of Scottish identity. Question 39. Name the king associated with the Royal Observatory's creation in Greenwich. A. King Charles II. B. King James I. C. King Edward III. D. King Henry VIII. Answer A. King Charles II. King Charles II is associated with the creation of the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, established to improve naval navigation. Question 40. What significant scientific achievement is Rosalind Franklin known for? A. Discovering the structure of DNA. B. Developing the first vaccine. C. Pioneering radio astronomy. D. Inventing the steam engine. Answer A. Discovering the structure of DNA. Rosalind Franklin is known for her significant contributions to understanding the structure of DNA, particularly through her work with X-ray diffraction. Question 41. Which British king abdicated the throne in 1936? A. Edward VIII. B. George VI. C. Charles II. D. Henry V. Answer A. Edward VIII. Edward VIII abdicated the throne in 1936 to marry Wallis Simpson, an American divorcee, which was against the advice of his government. Question 42. What historical event is Guy Fawkes' Night associated with? A. The restoration of the monarchy. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. D. The Battle of Waterloo. Answer C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes' Night is associated with the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, where Guy Fawkes and other conspirators attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 43. What law abolished the slave trade in the British Empire? A. The Emancipation Act of 1833. B. The Slave Trade Act of 1807. C. The Human Rights Act. D. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. Answer B. The Slave Trade Act of 1807. The Slave Trade Act of 1807 abolished the slave trade in the British Empire. Question 44. Name the principal architect of British victory in the Battle of Trafalgar. A. Winston Churchill. B. Admiral Nelson. C. Duke of Wellington. D. Sir Francis Drake. Answer B. Admiral Nelson. Admiral Nelson was the principal architect of British victory in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Question 45. What was the major outcome of the Glorious Revolution? A. The establishment of the Commonwealth. B. The abdication of James II. C. The increase in parliamentary powers and the decrease in the powers of the Crown. D. The signing of the Bill of Rights. Answer C. The increase in parliamentary powers and the decrease in the powers of the Crown. The Glorious Revolution led to a significant increase in parliamentary powers and a corresponding decrease in the powers of the Crown. Question 46. In what year did the Titanic sink? A. 1905. B. 1912. C. 1918. D. 1923. Answer B. 1912. The Titanic sank in 1912 after hitting an iceberg on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. Question 47. Who was the monarch during the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in 1922? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George V. C. King Edward VII. D. Queen Elizabeth II. Answer B. King George V. King George V was the monarch during the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in 1922. Question 48. Which British Prime Minister signed the Good Friday Agreement? A. Tony Blair. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. John Major. D. Winston Churchill. Answer A. Tony Blair. Tony Blair was the British Prime Minister who signed the Good Friday Agreement in 1998, which was a major step in the peace process for Northern Ireland. Question 49. What year did the London Underground begin operations? A. 1863. B. 1890. C. 1901. D. 1923. Answer A. 1863. The London Underground began operations in 1863, making it the world's first underground railway. Question 50. Who was the monarch when England won the World Cup in football? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. King George VI. C. Queen Victoria. D. King Edward VII. Answer A. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II was the monarch when England won the World Cup in football in 1966. Question 51. What is the official name of the document that limited the powers of the king for the first time in 1215? A. The Charter of Liberties. B. The Magna Carta. C. The Bill of Rights. D. The Petition of Right. Answer B. The Magna Carta. The Magna Carta is the official name of the document that limited the powers of the king for the first time in 1215. Question 52. Who was the last British monarch of the House of Hanover? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. Queen Victoria. C. King George III. D. Queen Anne. Answer B. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the last British monarch of the House of Hanover. Question 53. Name the king who commissioned the King James Bible. A. King James I. B. King Charles I. C. King Henry VIII. D. King Edward VI. Answer A. King James I. King James the once commissioned the translation of the Bible into English, which was completed in 1611 and is known as the King James Bible. Question 54. What important social reform did the Beveridge Report lead to? A. The establishment of the welfare state. B. The introduction of the minimum wage. C. The end of child labor. D. Universal suffrage. Answer A. The establishment of the welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published during World War II, led to the establishment of the welfare state in the UK, including the creation of the National Health Service. Question 55. Name the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences. A. Marie Curie. B. Rosalind Franklin. C. Dorothy Hodgkin. D. Ada Lovelace. Answer A. Marie Curie. Marie Curie was the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences, physics and chemistry. Question 56. What event marked the beginning of the Industrial Revolution in Britain? A. The invention of the steam engine. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The Battle of Waterloo. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer A. The invention of the steam engine. The invention of the steam engine marked the beginning of the Industrial Revolution in Britain. Question 57. Who was Britain's longest-serving Prime Minister in the 20th century? A. Winston Churchill. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Tony Blair. D. Harold Wilson. Answer B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was Britain's longest-serving Prime Minister in the 20th century, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 58. What was the main objective of the suffragettes? A. To gain voting rights for women. B. To reform education. C. To abolish the monarchy. D. To establish a welfare state. Answer: A. To gain voting rights for women. The main objective of the suffragettes was to gain voting rights for women in the early 20th century. Question 59. Who invented the World Wide Web? A. Bill Gates. B. Steve Jobs. C. Tim Berners-Lee. D. Mark Zuckerberg. Answer: C. Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, revolutionizing information sharing and communication globally. Question 60. Which Act of Parliament allowed for the Union of England and Scotland? A. The Union Act of 1707. B. The Act of Settlement. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Bill of Rights. Answer: A. The Union Act of 1707. The Act of Union in 1707 allowed for the formal union of England and Scotland, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 61. What was the original purpose of Hadrian's Wall? A. To serve as a trade barrier. B. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire. C. To protect Roman Britain from the Picts. D. To function as a transportation route. Answer: C. To protect Roman Britain from the Picts. Hadrian's Wall was originally built to protect Roman Britain from the Picts in the north. Question 62. Who was the first artist to conceive and create a Christmas card in the UK? A. John Callcott Horsley. B. William Morris. C. John Everett Millais. D. Thomas Gainsborough. Answer: A. John Callcott Horsley. John Callcott Horsley was the first artist to conceive and create a Christmas card in the UK in 1843. Question 63. Which British ruler faced the Spanish Armada? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King James I. C. Queen Victoria. D. King Charles II. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I faced the Spanish Armada in 1588 when it attempted to invade England. Question 64. What major health crisis did Britain face in the mid-19th century, leading to public health reforms? A. The Black Plague. B. The Great Famine. C. The cholera epidemic. D. The smallpox outbreak. Answer: C. The cholera epidemic. The cholera epidemic in the mid-19th century led to major public health reforms in Britain. Question 65. Who was known as the Iron Duke and why? A. Duke of Wellington, for his leadership in the Napoleonic Wars. B. Duke of Marlborough, for his rigid military strategies. C. Duke of Norfolk for his political resilience. D. Duke of Edinburgh for his contributions to British industry. Answer A. Duke of Wellington for his leadership in the Napoleonic Wars. The Duke of Wellington was known as the Iron Duke for his strong leadership and success in the Napoleonic Wars. Question 66. What series of agreements resulted in Northern Ireland sharing government between Unionists and Nationalists? A. The Belfast Agreement. B. The Dublin Accord. C. The Good Friday Agreement. D. The Easter Monday Agreement. Answer C. The Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement in 1998 resulted in Northern Ireland sharing government between Unionists and Nationalists. Question 67. Which British naval officer and explorer was killed in Hawaii? A. James Cook. B. Francis Drake. C. John Cabot. D. Walter Raleigh. Answer A. James Cook. Captain James Cook, a British naval officer and explorer, was killed in Hawaii in 1779. Question 68. Who wrote the national anthem God Save the Queen? A. William Shakespeare. B. Robert Burns. C. Henry Carey. D. Thomas Arne. Answer C. Henry Carey. Henry Carey is credited with writing the national anthem God Save the Queen in the 1740s. Question 69. In which battle was Admiral Nelson killed? A. Battle of Trafalgar. B. Battle of Waterloo. C. Battle of the Nile. D. Battle of Cape St. Vincent. Answer A. Battle of Trafalgar. Admiral Nelson was killed in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Question 70. Which king is known for his 6 marriages? A. King Henry VIII. B. King Edward VI. C. King George III. D. King James I. Answer A. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII is famous for his 6 marriages, which played a significant part in English history. Question 71. What disease prompted the establishment of isolation hospitals in the 19th century? A. Tuberculosis. B. Cholera. C. Smallpox. D. Typhoid. Answer C. Smallpox. The spread of smallpox in the 19th century prompted the establishment of isolation hospitals to contain the disease. Question 72. Name the British colony that was handed back to China in 1997. A. Singapore. B. Hong Kong. C. Malaysia. D. India. Answer B. Hong Kong. Hong Kong was handed back to China in 1997 after being a British colony for over 150 years. Question 73. Who was the English monarch during the 7 Years' War? A. Queen Anne. B. King George II. C. King George III. D. King Edward III. Answer: B. King George II. King George II was the English monarch during the 7 Years' War, which lasted from 1756 to 1763. Question 74. What major engineering project was completed under the reign of Queen Victoria and changed the face of London? A. The construction of Buckingham Palace. B. The building of the Tower Bridge. C. The establishment of the London Underground. D. The creation of the Thames Embankment. Answer: D. The creation of the Thames Embankment. The Thames Embankment was a major engineering project completed under the reign of Queen Victoria, significantly changing the face of London by providing new roads and a sewage system. Question 75. Which landmark act in 1832 reformed the British electoral system? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Reform Act of 1832. C. The Act of Union 1707. D. The Bill of Rights 1689. Answer: B. The Reform Act of 1832. The Reform Act of 1832 was a landmark piece of legislation that reformed the British electoral system, expanding the electorate and addressing many corrupt practices